Shelves are great for organization, storage, and display. One of the best ways to make them even more versatile is to add adjustability to the shelves. Doing that might seem challenging, but it can actually be quite easy using a drill and a shelf pin jig. The Kreg shelf pin jig simplifies the process in several important ways. First, it has drill guides that make it easy to drill holes at consistent spacing and at a consistent distance from the edges. Second, the drill guides are long enough to hold the drill bit perpendicular to the surface as you drill. That means the holes will be straight. Third, this jig uses a stop collar on the bit to ensure that you won't drill too deep or too shallow. To get started, you'll want to decide where the first hole should be and then place the jig there. One way is to mark layout lines on your workpiece and align the jig to those. Or you can just align the jig with the top of your panel. That way you don't have to worry about measurement errors. Then drill a single hole. We're using the last drill guide on the jig for this long panel since shelves won't be needed closer to the top. Now you can move the jig down to drill more holes. The Kreg shelf pin jig has a handy extender and locating pin, so it's easy to get the positioning right. Just place the pin through the jig and then press the pin into the first hole you drilled. Once you clamp the jig in place, you can drill holes to offer multiple shelf spacing options, and you can be confident that all the holes will be at the exact same spacing. If you want to, you can move the jig farther down and keep going. Of course, you'll need pinholes near the other edge of your panel to hold the shelf. A design like the Kreg shelf pin jig makes it simple to keep the holes aligned. If you're using the top of the panel for alignment, you'll want to remove the extender and then swap the jig's fence from one side to the other. Then you can just repeat the same process along the other edge. Align the jig with the top of the panel, drill a hole, and then move the jig and keep going. The design of the Kreg shelf pin jig means you can also use it in a structure you've already assembled or even to add shelves to an existing piece of furniture. Now you know how easy it can be to add adjustable shelves to your projects. With a jig like the Kreg shelf pin jig, you can also be sure that the shelves will sit level and flat and that they won't wobble.